Okay, so walk around this e-registration, so either 1987 or 88, I think it's an 88 one, this one actually. Land Rover 90 V8, genuine factory V8 this one, and it has been tuned and tickled a bit to produce a fair bit of extra oomph. Finished in slate grey with a white roof, genuine county station wagon, so it's got all the county station wagon trim like tinted glass and cloth seats. The only thing that's different about this one, the rear seats have been removed to give a much bigger load space in the back, so it is only, strictly speaking, a two-seater at the minute. We don't have the rear seats, but you can obviously buy them from John Craddock's or someone like that. Fitted with a matching set of 4 runway enduro all-terrain tyres on it. Looks as if they're about 265s. LT 265 75 R16s. Matching set of 4. Galvanised front bumper, as it should have at its age. It's got a sunroof, although it looks like it's been taped shut, so I suspect that's been leaking in the past. And I think it's got a fairly new headlining inside it, so probably the roof has been leaking, but been taped shut now, I think. Standard apart from that, inside wise, it's the standard county cloth 2 front seats, and it's also got centre cubby box. Tow pack with electrics, a couple of rear work lights on it. Tailgate mounted spare wheel, that's the label from Portformance that did all the tuning work on it. First of all, chassis wise it's fantastic. We had it re-MOT'd yesterday, and looking underneath it, the MOT man was very complimentary about its chassis. It really is quite nice on this one. Anyway, just going around the bodywork wise, it's largely original paintwork wise, the slate grey, so there's, you know, it is what, 23, 24 years old now. There's a few touched in areas, especially on the doors and on the tub top trims where it's been touched in a very, very slightly darker grey. But overall it's pretty good and reasonably dent free actually. Around the front end, could do with a pair of new light covers on it really. Looks like someone's tried to paint the light covers and not done a particularly good job of it. Maybe about £12 each, so it might be worth replacing those. We've got a large area of lacquer loss up here on the bonnet, on the leading edge just there, and another section of lacquer loss there. But otherwise, the paint on the bonnet and wing tops and stuff is all pretty original. Looking down the near side, this light cover is damaged actually, a big plastic section missing out of there. So the more I think about it, a new pair of light covers wouldn't be a bad move really. Looking down the near side, looks pretty straight and clean and correct. There is a slight dent here, looks like something's fallen against it or leant against it there on the barrel side of the near side front wing. It hasn't broken the paint, there is just sort of a dent just going down like that on the near side front wing. But otherwise, apart from a few sort of hedge scratches in the paint and on the eyebrows, it's actually pretty good. Possibly paint on the wings and bonnet is slightly newer than the rest. It looks a slightly different shade to the shade on the rest of it, so it may well have had a front end repaint at some point. I think that's probably fairly likely. Up here on the scuttle corner on the near side, it all looks pretty good. The paint looks old and original there, apart from in the corner here. It's there's a couple of rubber bungs have been put in at some point. I think it had an aerial on there from what I recall, because we have sold this one before. And it's bubbling up very slightly there, but not very much. A-post is all pretty good. Near side modesty cover is okay. As I say, there is evidence of it's had some paint work up here to blot out the electrolytic reaction, which hasn't really worked particularly well. And there again, and on the bottom of the door as well, looks like it's had a bit of paint along there in the slate grey colour. Inside here, interior is reasonably civilised, certainly by county standards. Everything's all there apart from, say, the rear seats. But the headlining looks like it's been replaced. I don't think that's the original one, it's not furry enough. It's got a decent stereo in it, radio CD, MP3 player, centre cubby box. The footwell mats have been replaced with, footwell carpets rather, have been replaced with mats, as is the norm. Near side door, frame is a bit rusty on the bottom edge, but it still shuts nicely, which is always the sign of them. Near side, obviously I would imagine the tub top trim has been touched in here, because there's sort of a square of slightly darker paint, and there again as well. But the near side rear wing all looks pretty nice and original and correct. Around the tail end here, the cross member looks good. Let's say underneath, it's cracking actually, this one. really good. All original around here. Again, the electrolytic reaction looks like it's been painted over in a couple of places, which I wish people would leave it alone, in fairness myself. In the back here, this mat is a bit marked and a bit dusty and muddy, but it does at least do the job. And as I say, it's got carpet up the sides on the wheel arches. That's all good in there. Tailgate actually feels pretty good, actually. Yeah, nothing wrong with that tailgate at all. Shuts well, just a bit of electrolytic reaction on it. Again, looks like it's had a bit of paint around the quarters here just to sort of tidy it up a little bit. But looking down the offside, again, it looks pretty straight and clean and nice down there. A couple of bigger scratches in the offside rear wing just there, but that's about it. And a few sort of marks and touched in bits. Electrolytic reaction has been touched in around the fuel filler there. Otherwise, all looks pretty good up there. Driver's door, the same as the passenger ones really. It's had a bit of paint up here on the top of the door to hide the electrolytic reaction, and along the bottom of the door as well. Modesty cover all looks pretty good. Offside scuttle corner looks first class, nothing wrong with that at all. That all looks very nice. Offside front wing all looks pretty good. I think the offside front wing is the original paint. I think possibly the bonnet and the near side front wing have been repainted. Slight dent in the front of the offside front wing just there, and a bit of scratching around here and stuff, but that's about it. Inside, driver's seat's all in good shape. Dash is all pretty good. It's not completely filthy in here. Driver's door frame actually feels reasonably good. There's a small hole towards the back of the frame, but again, not really an issue. A little bit of movement in the hinges, but still shuts well enough. That's about it, I think. I like this one. I certainly like the way it goes. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353, or in the office on 0118 946 3352, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk. We take part exchanges. We take Visa and MasterCard credit cards and debit cards with a 2% surcharge for credit cards, and we can ship it anywhere you like in the world, obviously at a cost. That's about it. End.